Emiliano is a Latin Grammy-nominated mixing engineer based out of Los Angeles, California, down south. We met about a year ago when he came to Music Expo San Francisco. Since then, he's been presenting at various events. He's has worked on a bunch of recent projects, including one of his own single called Into You, which is in the Create playlist, so make sure you go check it out. But he's also worked with a lot of artists, including Paula Arenas, whom got a Latin Grammy nomination as Best New Artist, and a Latin Grammy nomination for Album of the Year. He's also one of the co-founders of the plugin company Lightwing Audio, which is also the sponsor of this session. As you can see right here, the little logo, and also right there, this beautiful t-shirt, which I'll give you my mailing address. Emiliano, if we are giving away, Lightwing is giving away a free plugin of your choice. What you have to do is on the event page where you access this live stream right now, at the bottom of the page, so go down, there is a link to register for the raffle, and they will draw a lucky winner at the end of the event. So make sure you check it out. And without further ado, Emiliano, I'm going to pass it to you, and shut up. And thanks for being here. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm Emiliano Caballero. You can call me Emi for shorter. And thanks for being here today at the Music Expo. It's challenging times. We are everyone at our own place, so it might feel a bit disconnected, but I'll try my best to not bore you to death. And by the end of this talk, you basically walk away with some thoughts or a way of thinking that you might not have when you just connected to the talk right now, or maybe you did. I will try my best to pass my mindset into you and my way of looking at making music. For this talk, it's going to be around like 1 hour. So it's 9:41 here in Los Angeles, so until like, I guess, 10:30, 10:40. And please drop questions at the end. We're going to do a short Q&A. But in this talk, I want to walk you through the process of finishing music from your ideas to, okay, I release the music on Spotify. Why I'm talking about this and why I'm focusing this short class on this topic, because with my experience of teaching and basically mentoring students throughout music production, creating songs, producing songs, and myself when I was starting out, I feel that we musicians are very good at starting ideas, and we are dreadful and always dragging the fact of finishing songs. You're not the only one. I'm there, I've been there, I'm always there. But with the experience of seeing other producers and creators, seeing how they work and how they finish the projects, and with experience of time, I started to first get to know myself, and second, putting in place some sort of systems or not rules, but just guidelines for me to be able to finish what I start. We call this class from demo to Spotify. So meaning Spotify just when your music lives out there in a streaming system or streaming service, someone gets your music through whatever SoundCloud or whatever platform they are. But this is the concept of this talk. I'll try to be as learnful, and I try to explain everything that I do. If I go too fast, just drop the comment in the chat and let me know. But before we start, I wanted to touch base in a few key points that I find very important in my opinion. So let's say you woke up today, you sat on the piano, on the guitar, whatever, and you had an idea. How did you go from there? How did you, from that idea, you might end up in a finished song? I like to start with mindset and the way I think about making music. Realize that as a creator or as a creative person, everything, your art starts from within. So your art starts in yourself. Why I'm saying that? Because I I find myself being more creative when I'm in a good place, mindful mindset wise, and as well in life. Like if I have good habits of sleeping, good habits of just going through my everyday life, good routines, exercise, I find myself that music comes somehow easier in that regard. But yet again, this is, I think, in my experience, it's all about knowing yourself best. And it takes time to know yourself, but that's the that's the deal. You have to go through it, in my opinion. So let's say, you are in a good place mentally, health-wise, and you know that you like to, for example, start writing ideas first thing in the morning, having coffee before, working out, before having any breakfast, before talking to anyone, whatever. Or you work best at night when there's no distractions, or in the middle of the day, walking in the park with a guitar. Whatever it is that makes you being the most creative, that's what I think you should strive for if you want to be the most creative. At the end, it's a choice. I was like, I always ask musicians and another fellow writers, like, so how do you work? How do you start? How do you feel like you have a song? What's your habits? Like, do you do it every day? I think comparing notes with everyone is such an important thing. So that's what I like to do even to this day. So imagine you wake up, you have an idea, you are in a good place, and you say, okay, this is great. One thing that I saw myself doing through the years when I started out, it's that I will get overwhelmed when making music, because I will start an idea and I will, in my head, already start thinking about all the things that I had to do or the things I could do, possible other melodies, possible other beats, other sonic structure. Like a bunch of thoughts came to my mind that were like rushing to finish the song. And a lot of the times that made me not finish a song because I just like was utterly overwhelmed. I'm not sure if this is a feeling you can relate, but it's definitely something that I had while when starting out, when learning, when having my own bands. But as no one, at least I didn't go to school to songwriting or production. So it's mostly a feeling thing at the beginning. It's pure instinct, which sometimes is good, but sometimes it tricks you. So how do I like to start? If you ask myself, I like to start by not having a lot of distractions or possibilities. What I mean by that, I don't open Pro Tools, I don't open any DAW, I don't record with any microphone. I just sit with a guitar or a piano, whatever I feeling like that day or any day, and I start just playing ideas, playing chord sequences, or maybe I wake up with an idea, whatever it is. Sometimes I'm walking down the street and I have this like humming in my head, and I just get my voice memo from the iPhone. I just like record it, and I basically label it as the day. Like 20. Today is what, 21st of August. August for 21st to 2020. Idea, whatever, and the cool thing is in the voice memo, it tells you the street or the location if you allow it where you record that voice memo, so you can tell, oh, well, I was walking down there. And for me, like, I have quite a good memory for like time and place. So if I remember where I did it, I remember what I was doing. And everyone is different. I was walking down there, and for me, so like that is one of the ways I like to start. Memory by just like the simplest time and place. By if I remember where I did it, I remember what I was doing. That doesn't mean that everyone is different. Produce walking all day there. And For me,
So
that
what is
like
that is one of the ways. Of course, depends on how much time you
like
have
as simple
to
as
process everything. And so if I remember what I did it, but that's where judgment and your own intuition and trust comes into play, because I I have
simple
time
as
and place, but if I remember what I did it, but that's where judgment and your own
ideas in my voice
intuition and trust
all
comes
those
into
ideas
play, because
end up in songs, or some
some
of them they end up in
I have
songs.
simple
That you
as
use
a place,
everything.
but
So right now I
all
remember
what I
mentioned
did
the
it,
song that
but that's where
the
judgment
first
and your
idea
own
I had
ideas
in
February
my
intuition and trust
all
comes
those
into
ideas,
play,
and
because
it
end
sat
up
on
in
my phone for like a year and a half, and I think last month I showed it to a friend, like, what do you think? And he's like, man, we should do something with this. So at least it's a good way to have an somehow organized workflow. If it's a chaotic place where you don't ever find your ideas, that is not a good place to start. So first, put systems in place, but a system in place can be just your iPhone, which is gonna always be backed up on iCloud, you know. So one, you have that. It's basically a matter of intuition and trust. The intuition, I think, has to be learned, but as well, one has to trust yourself. So what makes me want to finish an idea? I feel like it. That is it. I don't know how to teach it to you. I don't know how to like show it to you, but I would say just trust. And the more you trust yourself, it's like a muscle. The more confidence you get. So I will say that. Look, imagine. So I have this ham idea. What I normally think next, I like to like set a mood, or like not a plan, but just like, okay, how am I feeling today? What kind of feeling I want to convey in this idea that I'm about to like expand and produce? Dark, light, up tempo, relaxed, energetic, dramatic, angry, whatever it is, Um, so that is one of the things I like to sit for a few minutes and start talking about this. There's delay with the audio. So I'm not sure if that is working correctly, but let me, you guys know.
I'm
So-
answering with the question. It might be if everybody hears me at the bottom of the window when you hover the video, there's a timeline and a live. Make sure to click on live so you have like the most recent. Oh, it's gone now. Okay, cool. Sorry, maybe I was doing something. I disappear.
I'm good? Okay, cool. So, set a mood. Next thing that I like to do is just start playing. Maybe I get as you can see, I have like a piano, I have a push from Ableton, I have MIDI pads here, I have a few guitars, electric guitars. So I have at hand instruments to just lay down ideas. But at the beginning of the creative process, my way of thinking, and actually that's something I saw as well in a video of Jacob Collier, and I was like, man, it's funny how musicians sometimes we think alike, because when I making ideas and start to produce an idea, I'm like just not judging my ideas as they come. Like I'm free falling. Like whatever I have in my head, I put it down. I don't judge if it's good or not. I don't judge if it's in a style. I don't judge if it fits the genre. I don't care. And I think that recklessness of just allowing your thoughts to just flow through your hands to the music, I like it best. I find that when I did try to like fit somewhere else, it's tricky. As well, that is difficult when you are trying to work for someone and someone's like, oh, can you do something like that? So it's a balance, But so just following our ideas. Second thing is I don't judge my ideas. I don't stop my ideas, and I don't delete my ideas before trying. So I just dump like paint on the wall, and after a while I see if something sticks. But I just dump stuff. I'm not making a sounds like, oh, that doesn't work. Like just leave it there. Move on, and then I check it. one thing that I find key in my way of working most of the time, and as well, there's no rules to this. It's not that I always start the same way, is that I like to have boundaries and limits. Like, I like to say, okay, I'm gonna have one verse, one bridge, and one chorus max in my idea. I don't want to develop anything else. I don't want to make any extra stuff. I just want to like dial down these 2 or 3 parts max the first day, and that's it. And I'm not basically, sometimes I set like fun limitations, like I can only play like the first 3 strings on my guitar and just divide the piano in 2 and whatever, like I think limitations are such a creative thing. And or for example, sometimes I say like, okay, I never tried this virtual instrument. I'm gonna do all the rhythmic section with it. Like I remember once I'm making a track and I was like, okay, I just got I remember the Mini Moog Arturia plugin. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna make all the rhythmic section percussion with the Moog. I mean, I never done it. That was kind of fun. It doesn't mean that it's always gonna work, but at least it's fun. I mean, I like to remember myself, like remind me to myself, like, I mean, you make music because it's fun and you like it to do it. Don't take it too serious, No one is gonna die if the sound of your Moog is not cool. So I would say not take yourself too seriously. And the last thing I want to tell before start diving into this is just finish it off that day, that idea. I'm not saying that you have to have a polished song, but at least finish it off, because the more you finish stuff, the more you develop that muscle of commitment to finishing something. Okay. I see if there's any questions, I think you can drop it in the Q&A from Slack, but I don't see any questions here regarding what I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna play you this song. What I'm doing here, this one of the first songs I released as my own artist name, Selmar. And I just want to show you the process from the first demo to actually the finished track. This song, it was written in Amsterdam, and I think this stereo instrumental that you see here, I think was done in 3 hours. Sometimes happens that I write music with no melody in my head. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes I start with a melody or a lyric or whatever. Like it's whatever I feel that day. In this case, I started with a guitar loop that I started to develop, and the song, the structure, the instrumental, it was done in 3 hours. So fairly quickly processed, because I was basically playing all the instruments and my friend Nick was basically with a laptop. So that as well is cool when you have someone helping you produce or helping you with the technical side of things or with the creative side of things. But I was just blasting through the instruments, pianos and guitars and stuff, and he was, in Logic doing all that kind of stuff. So I think it's cool, that thing as well. Okay, I see here in the chat there's no questions, so I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna play you this 3-4 minute instrumental so you hear where I started. right. Like tells me there is a question. Let me open it. Okay, that's great. That's yeah, that's useful if you can read the questions. Perfecto.
And actually, I should unmute. If you don't mind, I'm going to unmute my mic because it was not on the live stream. So we have a question from Velma. What do you do when you get stuck or reach a creative block?
Perfect. Hi, Velma. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. That is a very tough question because I think it goes back to knowing yourself and developing that knowledge. Like I find when I started making music, I found that I would just instead of let it be, I'm going to do something else. I would just like grind that idea, and that would like exhaust me in the first place, and I will get really tired. The music did not benefit from me working more on it, and at the end, no one won. So it took me a few years to start realizing like, oh, maybe I have to stop doing what doesn't work and start trying something else and see if that works. So I will advise you to just observe yourself, and this is maybe not for everyone. For example, I find meditation amazingly good for your mind and your mindfulness, and I think meditation is a good practice to start observing and not judging. So I start to apply that to my music. So just start to observe or look at your past productions or the past times you did some creative work and try to not analyze it, just observe how it went when you got stuck. Did you got frustrated and just grind it, and you got mad and just delete everything? You went for a walk and just talk to a friend and change your mood to a very happy mood? Whatever that is, try something different. If you are stuck and always you do the same thing, try the opposite thing. Try go surfing, try go hiking, do 200 push-ups, and or go read a book or sit in a tree or I don't know, go to the supermarket. It's whatever works for you, but you have to try enough things to know what works for you, what does not work for you. I'm not sure if that answers her question, Loic.
Velma was going to tell us. So while she tell us, I'd love to add something because this is something you're totally right. And actually, I was having a conversation yesterday with my wife about creativity and experiencing blocks. Sometimes, yeah, Velma say yes. So thank you, Emiliano. But sometimes, Velma, don't force it. If you're not feeling it today, don't do it. Do something else, and get back to it when you're in the right place. All right. So if there's no other questions, maybe we continue to the session.
Yep. Perfect. Okay. Thank you, Loic, and thank you, Velma. All right. So I play you the instrumental 3-hour, like a straight out demo. And you might think like, oh, this is pretty well finished. Yes, but no. Like a demo is not a demo because it doesn't sound good, in my opinion. I think you should always try to do the best you can in every situation. So I'm not the kind of person who says like, oh, this is just a demo. Let's just not do it. Like, let's not do it all the way. Like, why not? Like, you are not gonna know when you strike gold. Like, for example, a great example of something like that, just Rolling the Deep Adele. Like that lead vocal is a demo vocal, and it's an amazing performance. So I'm the kind of person that always thinks that a demo is a finished master in progress. So what I mean by that is like the sounds are there, the production is there. There's no any issues with recording or anything, but it was just instrumental. So I sent that to my friend Mike and Nick in New York just to see if they had an idea for a vocal, and they came up with something which was a bit shorter, and they cut some part of the songs, but it was something interesting. I'm gonna play you what the first iteration of the second demo was, because I want to walk you through the stages of how the song developed until I finish the song mixing. So I'm gonna play you now the first demo. As you see here in the name, it's called Demo 1. Okay, listen to it.
I was 19, I was quitting school. You were 18, calling me a fool. Yeah, we got some history, baby. When it was over, I was a nobody, and you were over, getting over me. Yeah, we got some history, baby. How could a teenage heartbreak feel like my only mistake? 'Cause every time I see you, I feel like I still need you. Couple drinks, now we're talking like we used to. Singing songs we don't even know the words to. How the hell did I let you go? Every memory's on your face. Pretty soon we can take it back to your place. How the hell did I let you go? I'm 24 now, I got a million friends, but I'm amazed how every now and then I think about our history, baby. Yeah, it's over, but now I'm somebody, so I get over coming back to me. Is it still a mystery, baby? How could a teenage heartbreak feel like my only mistake? 'Cause every time I see you, I feel like I still need you. Couple drinks, now we're talking like we used to. Singing songs we don't even know the words to. How the hell did I let you go? Every memory's on your face. Pretty soon we can take it back to your.
So Velma was saying, like, is this a demo? It sounds close to finish to me. What's the distinction between a demo and a finished product? That was what I was saying before, that when I start making or developing an idea, I always go for like, I don't think, oh, I'm just gonna take some temporary sounds to, no. I just, every time I make a decision, it's a final decision for me, and move on, and that's how I advance. So a demo for me is just a finish master. When I say finish master, is like the final song. It's a final song in the works. So yes, it's a demo, but still, for me, with my experience, has so much potential to grow and to sound better and feel better that's why I know it's a demo. When we are almost finished, I'm gonna play you the master of the song versus the demo, and you will hear the difference in sound. So I hope that answers your question. Then says Andy, what do you think in terms of song formula, verse, chorus when you're recording? Andy, that's as well something I was saying before. I'm not sure if you caught it. Is that when I start developing an idea, I didn't. If you see my Pro Tools session, I don't go all the way like this. I don't develop all these sections. You see in the markers here is like verse 2, verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, verse. I started the song like one verse, one pre-chorus, and one chorus. This was the song, but I developed it once I have those three like blocks, let's say, kind of finished. Sometimes I just drag, drop, and duplicate and just change a few things, but I don't try to like finish the song at the beginning. I first focus on those three blocks, and then I develop the rest of the song. But again, like instead of like in terms of structure, whatever I feel that day, there is no really rules. Like sometimes I start with a chorus, sometimes I start with a bridge. Try, I think you always have to try. The St. Jackson, how do you determine what sounds to add to a song? That's a very good question, because I don't know. Like I'm always operating in instinct. So if I feel like, oh, let's add a prophet sound, I'd put a prophet sound. What I was saying as well before is I don't judge my ideas when I put the ideas down. So how do I determine what sounds or fits to a song? Just trying ideas, not judging and moving on. And then at the end of the day, I listen to the song after a break and say like, okay, maybe this works, maybe that doesn't. But I think you need to first throw the paint to the wall, go for lunch or a break, and then come back, So I hope that Jackson answers your question. And Brad, you have a question as well? Here's a question I've had lately. Are there a lot of vocalists who are also lyricists that took that look to collaborate, or they more commonly depend on a producer. They write the lyrics and basic vocal melody and then just deliver the vocals? That is as well like a very good and broad question. So it depends of the singer or the artist you're working with. The people I work with in terms of when I make my music is my friends. So I know what they want, and we know how to work together. But in order to reach that point, we had to meet first, and we had to develop a way of working together. So I think it's good to first try to work as many people as you want or as you can, and see with which ones you have a feeling, because not with everyone you're going to have a good feeling working for music. It's like not everyone is your friend, so this is the same thing, you know. So I would say just try to work with as many people as you can, and try to develop an instinct of who do you prefer working with, and of those artists, who are the ones that actually make your music better. So I think that's a good way to put it. Okay. I'm gonna move on from the questions, and I'm gonna play you the last demo before we basically I'll show you the final song, and then I can dive in a bit more in the production. But in this hour, I wanted to show you the process of what a demo is, because I think that's very useful. You can watch a tutorial on how to EQ drums everywhere, you know. So I'm gonna play you the third iteration of the demo. Okay. Let me know if you hear it.
I was 19, I was quitting school. You were 18, calling me a fool. Yeah, we got some history, baby. When it was over, I was a nobody, and you were over, getting over me. Yeah, we got some history, baby. How could a teenage heartbreak feel like my only mistake? 'Cause every time I see you, I feel like I still need you. Couple drinks, now we're talking like we used to. Singing songs we don't even know the words to. How the hell did I let you go? Every memory's on your face. Pretty soon we can take it back to your place. How the hell did I let you go? I'm 24 now, I got a million friends, but I'm amazed how every now and then I think about our history, baby. Yeah, it's over, but now I'm somebody, so are you over coming back to me? Is it still a mystery, baby? How could a teenage heartbreak feel like my only mistake? 'Cause every time I see you, I feel like I still need you. Couple drinks, now we're talking like we used to. Singing songs we don't even know the words to. Pretty soon we can take it back to your place. How the hell did I let you go? How the hell did I let you go? How the hell did I let you go? 'Cause every time I see you, I feel like I still need you. Couple drinks, now we're talking like we used to. Singing songs we don't even know the words to. We don't even know, we don't even know. How the hell did I let you go? Every memory's on your face. Pretty soon we can take it back to your place. Back to your place. How the hell did I let you go? How the hell did I let you go?
So I see in the chat that a few of you already caught what's different. And yes, when they sent me the first demo, I was like, man, this is great, but can you do more backgrounds and ad-libs and throw a few ideas out there? Because I felt the first demo was great, but I felt like they could improve it and, you know, take it one step up. And of course they did, because they're great musicians and great artists and great friends. So as well as a producer, your job is to have the vision of where something or a product can go, or what's the maximum potential of a song. Again, that is a very difficult thing to learn, but again, it's a process. So I could hear when the moment they sent me the first demo, I was like, man, this has so much potential. So you guys and girls hear what is different. Check, for example, in the first chorus. This is the second demo, this is the first demo. Green is the second, yellow is the first. I'm gonna play the second demo.
Couple drinks, now we're talking like we used to, singing songs we don't even know the words to.
Okay, let's go back to the first demo.
Couple drinks, now we're talking like we used to, singing songs we don't even know the words to. How the hell do
There's already more doubles in here. As well, something that I think is very cool is in this bridge, in the second, there's basically the bridge before the outro, there is a vocal that starts, when the chorus starts, that goes up. Listen to this.
How the hell did I let you go?
Plus as well, this is the second demo, third demo.
How the hell did I let you go? Cause every time I see you, I feel like I still need you. Couple drinks, now we're talking like we used to, singing.
That vocal is not in here.
How the hell did I let you go? Cause every time I see you, I feel like I still need you. Couple drinks, now we're talking like we used to, singing songs we don't even know the words to.
You see, it's not there, and there is not the response, we don't even know, which in this song, in the last demo, there is.
Couple drinks, now we're talking like we used to, singing songs we don't even know the words to. We don't even know, how the hell did I let you go? Every memory's on your face.
So it has, this second demo, yellow demo, has a lot of great vocals, but still there's spaces for the song to just get better and have some, like, sprinkle on top. So as well, it's your job to know when to leave it alone. This iteration of the last demo, I was like, this is done for mixing. I'm done. I don't need anything else. I could have asked them just keep going and just put more stuff and just kill the song. But when I first listened to it in my iPhone, I was like, this is done. And that's it. Like, once I take the decision and don't second guess myself, So let me just, do we have any other questions?
Yes,
Luke?
we do. And we have a great question, actually, from Eric Campbell. Did they produce their own ad-libs, or did you select from multiple ad-libs?
Good question. They actually, what they did, if you see my Pro Tools session, there we go. If you see my Pro Tools session, they send me all the ad-libs. So basically they over-sang ad-libs. And then what I did, these are all the ad-libs. From here, from here on, these are all the ad-libs, all the way down. As you can see, I mute some of them. Some of the effects I mute. Some of the parts I mute. I edit some of them. So as well here, I like, they added at the end some pitch shifting vocal effect, but I prefer to have everything from them, and then I fine-tune their decisions, because as well, muting things is a mixed decision. You don't want everything all the time at any moment. So I prefer, and the way I normally like to work is just like, give me everything and I'll mute myself and I create the parts. Because, for example, there's something that when I listened to the instrumental, it didn't bother me, but when I listened to the demo with the vocals, here in the last bridge, there is a drums break before the chorus that it's, I think, competing with the vocal. Listen.
How the hell did I let you go? Cause every time I see you, I feel like I still need you.
But if you go, I felt like the drums there had to like be muted, and even though I put the drums there. So what I did in the final song that I'm gonna play you now, but I just want you to hear the, basically this is the main song, yes. Give me a second. It's a big session.
And we have a couple of questions as well.
Perfect. I'm just gonna play this. Let me know if you hear it.
How the hell did I let you go? 'Cause every time I see you, I feel like I still need you. Couple drinks now, I'm talking like.
So basically, I removed that instrumental break for the vocal to have more impact. What's the next question, like?
We have a question from Jackson Nelius. How do you go about layering several vocals without it taking away from the mix?
It's, for me, it's arranging. As you will arrange a score, when you arrange a score or a piece of music, you think both in terms of notes and in terms of pitch. What I mean by that, you can play an A, but you can play a A4, A5, A3, and in different ranges and different octaves. So if you have a vocal that is playing a unison 1 octave lower, it's not going to clash with the main vocal because it's 1 octave lower. For example, if I listen to all the vocals, which is VCA2 is all my backgrounds and VCA1 is my leads, listen to the outro, for example, to the outro.
How the hell did I let you go?
You see, there's like 1 octave, the unison, and the effect vocal. Yes, they are singing similar melodies, but in different octaves and with effects. So stacking vocals, always think in harmony, arranging, because if you play the same note in the same octave all the time with the same vocal, it's just going to clash, and you can do all the mix tricks you want, it just doesn't work. That's why I always emphasize to like people that ask me these kind of questions is go listen to classical music, go listen to arrangers of scores for movies, how different instruments have different moods, have express different feelings, and then it helps you to arrange your own music. Either it's vocals, guitars, low end, drums. It's about distributing the energy, like from the harmonies and from the low to high, and as well to basically for the tonal balance of it. I don't know if that answers a question, but I hope it does. Do you have any more questions, Lloyd?
There was actually, you're going to play the final, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me a second because I think it's a good question from Marcelo Fret. Hey, Marcelo, great to see you again. Love to have you on the stream, by the way. Hi, everyone. I missed the artist name.
The artist name, I'm going to drop it here it's called Stelmar, which is my second name. You see it here.
Boom.
Stelmar, Let You Go is the track. And this is basically I'm Emiliano Stelmar, so it's my second name. And
that's your vocal.
No, that's my the vocalist is Mike Esquilante, and his band is called Running Lights.
Okay.
His band it's Running Lights, amazing band from New York. Go check it out.
Great, lovely. So Marcelo, I hope this answer your question. All right, let's play the track, and then we're going to wrap up. We're a bit behind. We had a hickey start. Appreciate everybody. I hope you don't mind that we're going to start the next session 5 minutes late. What we'll do is we play the track. We'll wrap up. We're going to go to the screen. I
can answer more questions in Slack later when you guys are doing other talks, so no worries.
Yes. So Emiliano will hang on the Slack so he can answer more of your questions. What I will do is I'll put the next transition slide for a second so I can prepare with our friends Joe and Billy in the background. So, Emiliano,
thank you everyone, and I'm gonna play this. This is the final mix. This is what went to Spotify. Enjoy.
I was 19, I was quitting school. You were 18, calling me a fool. Yeah, we got some history, baby. When it was over, I was a nobody, and you were over, getting over me. Yeah, we got some history, baby. How could a teenage heartbreak feel like my only mistake? 'Cause every time I see you, I feel like I still need you. Couple drinks, now we're talking like we used to. Singing songs we don't even know the words to. How the hell did I let you go? Every memory's on your face. Pretty soon we can take it back to your place. How the hell did I let you go? I'm 24 now, I got a million friends, but I'm amazed how every now and then I think about our history, baby. Yeah, it's over, but now I'm somebody, so I get over coming back to me. Is it still a mystery, baby? How could a teenage heartbreak feel like my only mistake? 'Cause every time I see you, I feel like I still need you. Couple drinks, now we're talking like we used to. Singing songs we don't even know the words to. How the hell did I let you go? Every memory's on your face. Pretty soon we can take it back to your place. How the hell did I let you go? How the hell did I let you go? How the hell did I let you go? 'Cause every time I see you, I feel like I still need you. Couple drinks, now we're talking like we used to. Singing songs we don't even know the words to. We don't even know, we don't even know. How the hell did I let you? How the hell? Every memory's on your face. Pretty soon we can take it back to your place. Back to your place. How the hell did I let you go? How the hell did I let you go? How the hell did I let you go?
Woo!
All right.
This is awesome. So let's get you here and the two of us. Emiliano, man, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.